Last time, we did a list on my favorite matches from the Fed. This time, well, here's some that are not. Now, I will not be doing AEW or NXT matches on this list. That will have a spot of its own one day. But in the meantime, everything else is up for grabs. I'm Mike from Collection of Madness, and here are my top 10 favorite matches, not from WWE, of all time. Oh, please so much subscribe. Could you please now very much? Thank you so much. Number 10, Cody Rhodes versus Kurt Angle, WCPW. It's sad to think of the retirement run Kurt Angle could have had, but getting this match together, knowing the special aroma it had, did not disappoint. Cody was fresh on his indie takeover kick, sporting that disastrous brown jacket, but the match was something memorable and one of the last great WCPW spectacles. Number 9, Sting versus Jeff Jarrett, Bound for Glory 2006. This one's for me. No, it wasn't great wrestling, but as a young Sting fan, seeing him capture the NWA world title from the dastardly Jarrett along with a debuting Kurt Angle at ringside was amazing. It was my first Bound for Glory I got on pay-per-view, and the card overall was solid, but it was this emotional main event match that gave myself and fans something to rejoice over, seeing an all-time legend come back and regain his prime. Number 8, Kevin Steen versus El Generico, Showdown in the Sun 2012. Definitely not Sami Zayn and the now Kevin Owens put on a wrestling clinic in this match. They previously had countless amounts of bounce the year prior, but in lieu of possessing any of those qualities, they played the hits while acting like this isn't what they were doing at all. Big, dangerous stuff. That's a blast to watch. At the end, Jimmy Jacobs returns and turns on El Generico with a stab to the eye and a chair shot to the head to keep him down for the 10 count. Number 7, Young Bucks versus Briscoe Brothers, Best in the World 2018. If you need proof of the renewed golden age of tag team wrestling, look no further as the then IWGP Heavyweight Tag Champions, the Young Bucks, competed against the reigning Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, the Briscoes, in an absolute slobber knocker. The crowd was electric for the returning Young Bucks, while the Briscoe brothers played the part of the tough heel champs perfectly, retaining after an incredibly hard-fought battle and igniting a spark in me for my love of tag team wrestling again. Number 6, Jay White vs. Koda Abushi, New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Climax 29. The storytelling was excellent, with White and Abushi's first ever meeting. White used underhanded tactics to gain the advantage early and keep the pace going in the first leg of the match. The crowd was red hot throughout, with the final third simply off the charts in terms of drama, intensity, physicality, and superb in-ring work. A true instant classic, as Abushi would emerge victorious after mounting an epic comeback in one of the greatest G1 finals ever. Number 5, Kurt Angle vs. Samoa Joe, Genesis 2006. It was the headbutt heard round the world, a modern-day Hogan defecting to WCW. TNA fans clamored and drooled at the mouth, knowing we would see Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe mix it up in the squared circle for the first time ever. It was a submission classic and technical masterpiece. Joe and Angle may have arguably been the greatest rivalry in TNA history, and their first contest shows why. Number 4, Shinsuke Nakamura vs. AJ Styles, Wrestle Kingdom 10. There is a reason wrestling fans had such high expectations for the match between Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles at WrestleMania 34. While it certainly didn't meet them, it is because their previous bout was so amazing. Their Wrestle Kingdom bout was an incredibly thrilling match that was kept to breakneck speeds with amazing counters and huge strikes. The match gained rave reviews and really rose the stock for both men ahead of their huge WWE debuts. Number 3, Kazuchika Okada vs. Kenny Omega, Wrestle Kingdom 11. Out of the 4 bouts, this one was the icing on the cake. Okada and Omega have amazing chemistry together, and whenever they compete, you know it's going to be compelling. Hence their 6-star rated match. The fact that the entire wrestling world was talking about this match highlights just how good it was, with both men selling absolutely every move, no matter how big or how small. They made this feel like a true fight that will go down in the history books as one of the greatest wrestling matches of all time. Number 2, AJ Styles vs. Samoa Joe vs. Christopher Daniels, TNA Unbreakable 2005. There have always been feuds that define an era. There have also been feuds that define a career. Then there are those feuds that define a company. I will always cherish this match deep in my heart. For the X Division Championship, this match seemed as if it was as important as the TNA Championship. I can't even describe what happened in this match. You simply have to see it for yourself, to experience just how special this was. An excellent example of how TNA put on high caliber pay-per-view matches. And number 1, Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay, Wrestle Kingdom 17. I'm still watching this over and over. Sometimes you strike gold, sometimes that gold has gold inside of it. Whatever your thoughts are on both competitors, there is no denying their work ethic. The cinematic entrances, the movie and trailer callbacks, the intensifying, hard-hitting, and high-flying action it was. Omega and Ospreay is one of those special feuds, and it was showcased here. This match, plus many others, added to the discussion of Wrestle Kingdom 17 being one of the greatest Wrestle Kingdoms of all time. And that's our list. Check out more great content here to the sides, and make sure to give us a like, because, like, totally, like, it just is awesome, like, man.